Little Goody Two-Shoes.
Yes. This is where we last left off. Strange, bizarre adventure. I have a bad feeling about this.
What is this?
What in the Lord's name is this place? What are those things? Feeling lost, don't forget to turn on your lander and keep an eye out. See? Alright. Okay, the lantern is on. Bandages to clean up all the flesh wounds left by these nefarious spirits. Okay, the phantasm key. It's a key. This is what will get me out of here, I'm certain. The phantasm key, very phantasmagoric. Okay. I have no defenses against these handles. That's me. Is the mystery of Goody Little Two-Shoes starting to unravel? So what we know so far was that the old woman, Granny, made a wish or a pact with some sort of devil for a child. And one day, while searching for mushrooms in the woods, she found little Goody Two-Shoes. So what is Elise? Is she a daughter of the devil? A spirit of the force? Alright. These candles are driving the good old doctor a little crazy. It's jammed. I could try to pry it open, but force it open. What's this? The key to one's dream is found within oneself. As for yours, it's in this very room, the core of your innermost desire. It's not knowledge you seek, but gold, bathed glory. Interesting. It is the dream and desires of Goody Little Two-Shoes to become very stinking rich and opulent. That is the whole goal of this game, to become stinking rich. Okay. For goodness sake. For goodness sake. These candles, for goodness sake. These are all in a different language. I can't make sense of any of these titles. Oh shit. 4 keyholes. That means there are 4 keys, I'd wager. These give off such a cold light. An intricately designed golden lamp stands by the wall, its bulb emanating an airy, phantasmagoric light. Okay, that candle. These are all in different language. It's no wonder that wilted being left in such an awful room. Alright, just testing things real quick. Technicality issues, that sort. A bunch of purple flowers sag lazily over their vase. Okay, how many keys? Do I have 2? I think I have 2. Yes, 2 keys. Get us out of this forsaken room. One more key to victory, to salvation. Your salvation lies in darkness, little goody two-shoes. Jesus. Reach for it. Yes. It's a key. This is what will get me out of here, I'm certain. Indeed. Where was that door? Jeepers.
This is it!
It works.
What is this?
Where am I? I must be dreaming. Ah. We have in fact returned to the darkened abyss. Yes, may we be one again with our demonic brethren here in the voidless abyss. Oh. Hurry now, hurry. We're late for his banquet. What are you? Hurry, hurry. Us, the Dark Prince. Indeed. A dream that's left me feeling a little queasy. Rosemarine, are you there? She's most likely still asleep anyway. No point in waking her this early, I suppose. Get ready for work. Yes, such satanic festivities are not prepped for this material world. It must have been a dream of some sort. Indeed. So, a little hazy. Collected fireflies, one. Good morning, Elise. I would have gotten a head start on breakfast if I knew you'd be waking up this early.
For goodness sake.
Since when have you been up? Oh, I'm always up and about before daybreak. I can't sleep in if I try. I didn't notice you coming down from the attic. I brought the ladder up with me last night so I wouldn't wake you. Hatch doesn't squeak if you do it slowly, right? I took my shoes off and used the ladder to shut it up. Easy. You're smarter than you look, huh? I look as smart as I am, Elise. Is that so? Anyhow, I'm heading off to the garden. The garden? You mean the field just outside? Is it that obvious that I haven't touched it in years? Been working like a dog since Granny Holly passed, but now I have you to fret about. I can't sit on my hands forever, can I? Elise. What? You'd rather starve? Join me as a maid of all work, perhaps. You truly are kind, aren't you?
Shush it, you.
Oh, shush. I'm heading out to see what I can do about the garden. I'll call you in for breakfast in a moment, then. It's almost as if I have some sort of demonic hangover from the festivities. It's no use going in the pantry, is it? There's nothing to eat in this house. Yes. Some sort of stupor. I've neglected it for so long it'll be impossible to dig. Anyhow, this is no time to loiter about. What's this? Pair of shoes? How could they possibly have wound up here in my garden? Oh, they're wonderful. And they fit me like a glove, too. These shoes. It's as though they were made for me.
I did it!
All of Kieferberg needs to hear about this. Bit in love with herself, wouldn't you think? On your feet, Elise. What in God's name is going on? What's happened? Explain yourself.
Oh, shush it!
What is there to explain, Father? Did you not hear yourself, lass? Parading into Saint Walpurga's place of worship, howling and shouting like a... Please, old Jockin. Words of egotism, vanity, disdain for your fellow folk. I've always known you were wicked, you arrogant lassie.
You old geezer!
Why, you... a witch. A witch of old Owlie's kin.
I am not a witch, you!
Oh, well, listen here, you old wretch.
That's enough!
Old Jockin has overstepped his boundaries. I ask that you pardon him. Yet his concerns weigh heavy, Elise. Oh, I wasn't aware singing and dancing was forbidden now, Father. Your singing was riddled with sin, lass. Vanity and lust go hand in hand with greed,
Oh, shush it!
What does any of this have to do with sin, Father? This is... Old geezer just accused me and my grandmother of witchery, yet... Enough, Elise. Compose yourself and come inside. Your temperament is a sin in of itself. Okay, well, I don't want them to think I'm a witch. I guess I'll repent for something I didn't do if it makes you happy. Yet there's something I'd like to make clear to you all. You've stood witness to this foolery. You've all heard old Jockin accuse me of witchery. That's enough, Elise. You asked me to pardon him yourself, father, and I will. Yet I demand you folks understand this once and for all.
Out with it!
I am not a mere maid of all work. I am one of you. And I demand right here, right now, that you start treating me as such. Very well, Elise. You've made yourself heard. Without a shadow of doubt, lass. At last, he's made his move. Who are you? An old acquaintance of yours, lass. What? You're favored by him, at least frightfully so. You're clad in his will from head to toe, inside out. And those shoes. The shoes. Those very shoes, Elise, are a testament of his gift to you. Who is he? Listen carefully now, my beautiful lass. Get away from me. Yours is his heritage, his flesh, his ardor. Don't you understand, Elise?
In the Lord's name?
How do you know my name? His blessings, his will, he himself is living in your veins, lass. What do you want from me, you old hag? You must listen carefully now, my beloved. Do as I say, and he will make all your wishes come true. My wishes, you say? Why yes, opulence, splendor, fortune. Your deepest desire is unlike any other, Elise. I don't understand. You do, Elise. Tell me, what is it you most desire? Eh? Speak it, Elise. What I most desire, that's fortune. Fortunate you are, Elise. Deep in this woodland, there is a patron saint, whose blissful world bestows a blessing upon the faithful. All that's requested in return are 3 gifts made from the testaments to one's desire. Reach his dwelling with all these in hand, and your wish shall be granted. A womb, area of life. Your basket is to hold all that is sacred. The tender flesh of earthly desire. The sweetest nectar to be drunk in earnest. You are to arrive in good company, the object of your affections. You are to reach the gates of his dwelling, carrying all 3 gifts. Voice your innermost desire. Surrender yourself wholly to his grace. And fortune you shall attain. For such is his blessing, and such is your desire.
Elise?
Elise. Elise, are you listening? Where did she go?
Elise.
Oh, are you alright, Elise? Where did that old hag go?
Elise.
Elise, what's the matter with you?
Lebkuchen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leb. It's best we let her rest a while. We can sit with you, Elise. Oh, it's best we give her some space, Jacob. I'm alright, I felt a little dizzy is all. I can bring you some water, Elise. As for me, I'll be in the church waiting to have a word with you. Don't you start, Leb. Oh, I've already started. Oh, my, now you've done it, Elise. For goodness sake. Wow. I must say, I am beginning to think Elise is in fact a witch. Wouldn't you say? This sounds an awful lot like witchery. Is that another demonic hallucination? Game over. What the hell? What did I even do? What? You've got to be kidding me. Very well, my demonic peons. The reason Elise had died and I received a game over was because I had not been keeping her well fed. If Elise suffers from malnutrition, she will collapse and you will get a game over. I did not realize that because I did not follow the tutorials. Either way, we're going to see what objectives. The button. Help Linda chop some wood. No idea where Linda is. I don't even remember who lived here. It's cozy nook. The old home once to be consumed by the overgrowth. Oh, how dreadful. Look at what the windstorm did to our poor alleys. It did away with a few things, I see. You make too little of it, Elise. I don't know what else there is to say about the windstorm, Miss Oldie. Idly. Most of the town folks have already put in behind them, so why can't you? Old Jockin's just as concerned as I am, lass, and for good reason. Oh, here we go again with old Jockin. Ah, that reminds me. I can assure you, Miss Adelie, these shoes aren't. Old Wilhelm's making a rosary for my precious granddaughter, Elesia, you see. Why don't you please go see if it's ready for me, Elise? I suppose. This as in my objectives. Say, Miss Wilhelm, Miss Idley asked me to see about her rosary. Ah, that old hag can't give me a moment of peace. Oh, I suppose. However, she can come by my workshop this afternoon, will you? I'll wrestle her up a rosary in no time at all. I thought you were making her a new one. Haven't you heard of repurposing? It'll be the best rosary she's ever seen. Huh. Maybe then she'll stop nagging me. Well, I wanted to chop some wood. Where's Linda? The little tool shoes could favor a little glittering of the woodland critters. It's locked, I suppose. It's not like I make my own bread. I don't need to get in there. Ah, toy horse. Another village in the distance. Granny Holly took me down to the lake once, I remember. Off deep into valleys, Keeperbird Lake spreads out between the hills. I remember seeing a snake or two hiding in this hay not too long ago. Packed with hay and firewood, Keitelberg's stable house much of the town's livestock. You spent plenty of time repairing the stable's roof, that's for certain. Hard at work, are you, Elise? As always, Mr. Heinrich. You've heard about Eugene's horses, then? Oops, I'm more interested in what happened this morning, Heinrich. What about your horse, Miss Eugene? I'm getting a couple of new ones is all. Nothing of great importance. I wouldn't put it like that, lad. Horsepower is essential to your business, isn't it? Merchants can't lift a finger without their horses. That's great news, Mr. Eugene. For Kieferberg, too, I'll be lending a hand with the preparations. Full of promise, aren't we? My, Elise, look at those shoes. Red truly does look best on you, Elise. Why, thank you. Oh, you have to wear them to the festival, Elise. Now is the time to find yourself a proper suitor, Elise. Ah, that's precisely what we were chatting about with Freya. Oh yes. Aren't I a little too young to be looking for a husband? Why, the sooner the better, I say. That's not exactly what I'd like to be doing with my time, if I'm honest. I used to feel the same way until I met Finn, you see. I'd say Freya's got a good chance of leaving her husband soon. Oh, Miss Brundenheil, I wouldn't say, you're quite the catch, isn't she, Dorothea? Oh, Freya is the catch. Ah, in truth, I do feel the same as Elise. My interests lie elsewhere, you see. Oh, you don't mean sewing? And to have my hands full at the festival, too. This really isn't the time. Oh, that reminds me, would you come and Meet me by the well today at dusk, Elise? Oh, yes, I suppose. Girls these days, huh? You two will come around, I'm certain. Right. Going to do a little more scoping around. Points. We're going to return to Rosemarine. She was supposed to be giving us breakfast. Ah, Elise, I thought you'd be in town. And I was. Did something happen, Elise? The old fools made a tremendous fuss over my shoe. A fuss? What do you mean? They accused me of being a witch right in front of everyone. Because I sang and danced my way to Kieferberg. I'll show them how wicked I can be. Elise. I'm losing my wits in this town, Rosemarine. There was that old hag, too, and I can't wrap my head around it, Rosemarine. Truly can't. An old hag. I'll tell you about it later. I'd best head back to work. Say, Elise, won't you meet me here at dusk? I can try, I suppose. I'll make you something hearty for supper, Elise. Some eggs? All the eggs you can get me. Well, at least if I go on a date with Rosemarine, she'll make me food. And then I won't have to worry about feeding little Goody Two-Shoes. Yes, little Goody Two-Shoes can have it both ways indeed. Looks like the cave wall has been sealed up by the demonic forces within. What? See any witches about here? Watching solemnly over passers-by, the Lord's image rests internalized in this wayside shrine. Oh, it's a shrine. She was talking to Jesus. She's talking to Jesus. Indeed, the bringer of light, your savior. Ah. Too much religious ceremony in this town for a demonic force such as myself. Alright, it's time to get some. Well, let's see what the leather. I mean, do I really want to waste my time with some sort of churchy-going prude, some Bible-thumping, twisted incarnation of the good Lord's work? No, not sure. Not sure if little goody two-shoes, a witch, should be associating with such a woman. Okay. Elise. Mama won't let me chop wood for her. Don't be silly, Jacob. You're much too young to handle a hatchet. Can you get us some wood for the hearth, Elise? Your mother's right, Jacob. You're too little. I'm not. You're a stubborn man, that's what you are. Why don't they ask Freya to chop it instead? Chop, chop, chop. Chop, kick.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, the goat. Let's try that one again.
3, 2, 1, go! Three, two, one, go!
Forty-five. Hey. I thought I'd never find you, Elise.
For goodness sake!
Oh, what now, Miffy? It's your...
Anyway,
I don't have food for you. Shoo, shoo. But Elise, it's your... My what? Your friend. The lass with the funny hat, she's right outside. What could possibly be going on?
hurry it up!
Take me to her, Molly, right now. It's a witch burning, isn't it? My, you're covered in dirt, lass.
Oh, but I...
Ah, she's so funny looking. Look at her silly hat. Angelica, don't be rude. You know this lass, Elizabeth?
No.
At least says she's from Primeldorf.
Oh, that's...
Oh, I'm not from Primeldorf. I've never had a... Why, I haven't the faintest idea, Irene.
Oh, but I...
I'm looking for Elise. Have you seen her? Elise? Do you know her? You do happen to know Elise, but how do you know her, lass? Ah, Elise says she's adopted. When did you hear about this, Melly? Oh, if you'd please tell me where. Look, Mama, she has a tiny scarecrow.
Oh, but I...
Forgive me, but does anyone know where I can find Elise?
Rose and Marine!
Elise...
For goodness sake!
What are you doing here, you... So you do know the lass, Elise? Ah, yes, she's...
Keep it together, Elise.
Think, Elise, think. A distant cousin from Primeldorf. Why, you don't have cousins, Elise? I do recall old Holly's mother had a sister, but I never met her. Yes, exactly. Rosemarine is my aunt's granddaughter.
Oh, but I...
Oh, I'm so very pleased to meet you, Rosemarine. Oh, thank you. Anyhow, it's getting quite late. We'd best move along before... Ah, but do tell me, my dear. How long have you known you had a cousin? She said Rosemarine might show up one day, you see. I never got to meet my aunt before she passed, but I'm glad we got to meet my cousin. Ah, I see, I see. And she turned up just in time for the festival, too. Mama. Can the funny lady come play with us?
Of course.
Ah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't want to bother you, Rosemarine. You are all very welcoming, but we ought to move along, and... One wonders, Elise. How did you meet your cousin, then?
Now that you mention it,
Such a silly story, isn't it, Rosemarine? Yes, that's right. In fact, I took her for a beggar when I first laid my eyes on her. You certainly did. Oh, the poor lass.
now that you mention it,
I was on my way to Kieferberg, you see. That's when I saw her. She asked me if I knew someone named Holly. How fortunate. You want to stay for the festival, Rose and Marine?
Of course.
Ah, most certainly. Well, as much as I'd love to sit around and chat. Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you all. It's a pleasure to know you too, Rosemarine. We'll be on our way then. Come, Rosemarine.
Yes.
Ah, goodbye. They are less suspicious of our evil activities, our misconduct, our drives into witchery. Oh, she's got that hazy feel. Oh. Ah. You see, that is why poor little Goody Two-Shoes died last time, because she wasn't eating, and if you don't feed her, you have to feed little Goody Two-Shoes. Okay, and so we now prepare ourselves for the date with Rosemarine. But first, I think we've earned a good amount of coin. 65. It is time for little Goody Two-Shoes to do some Christmas shopping. I like how they have a drive-through. Well, what can I sell? Right, where did Rosemarine disappear to? Ah, there she is.
For goodness sake!
Have you completely lost your wits, Rosemarine? I'm sorry, Elise. I knew you had a bird's nest for a brain, but this is too much. ... Well, you know what you did. I'm sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to. I was chasing after Flock, you see. Ah,
For goodness sake!
the ceremonial goat has gotten loose, has he? Why not let him frolic about? That's what goats do.
Oh, but
He took the laundry while I was tending now to my hands. I couldn't let him ruin your sheets. Well, you didn't do too bad convincing townsfolk, I'd say. I'm sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to trouble you. Forget it, Rosemarine. It's all right. I'm telling you, it's fine, Rosemarine. I feel all I've done so far is trouble you. Which isn't a complete lie, now is it? Yet, I do enjoy your company. So, Elise. Anyhow, we ought to keep our stories straight. Maybe if we tell them I came to lend you a hand with your work.
This is it!
That's it, Rosemarine.
Alright?
Right, listen carefully. Granny Holly told me about you and her auntie a long time ago. Your grandmother is Granny Holly's auntie, which makes us distant cousins. Yes. So you heard about the festival and came to Kaiferberg to meet Granny Holly? Yes. Last Saturday, we just so happened to bump into each other by the crossroads. You asked me about Granny Holly, and that's how we met.
Sorry,
I don't understand, Elise. How does that relate to what I said? Why, you liked Kieferberg so much you wanted to stay and lend a hand. Oh, your kind, charitable, loving soul who wants to help with the festival. That'll keep them from asking too many questions, I wager. I think that's a great idea, Elise.
Alright.
This being said, Rose and Marine, you're going home right after nightfall, you hear? I don't want you hanging about these folks too much. Alright, Elise.
Did it!
We're making it happen right now then. Let's go. Yes. Help Eugene with the chickens. Alright. Right. Ah, but who is this, Elise? That look on her face means trouble, I can tell. Oh, good day. This is my cousin Rosemary, Leb. A cousin? My cousin, yes. She's a distant cousin from Primbledorf, related to Granny Holly's auntie, you see? Is my lying that bad? No, no, no. Stick to the story, Elise. Keep it together. It's all in your head. I'm here for the festival. It's a pleasure to meet you, Rosemarine. I'm Lebunction. Oh, it's Rosemarine, actually. I've fallen into the habit of calling her Rosemarine. A habit. Oh, not a habit. I didn't mean to call it. Has at least shown you about town yet, Rosemarine? Not yet. I only got here on Saturday. We've been at home. Mostly Saturday. I did mean to introduce you to. I have no doubt, Elise. She knows. It's no use, she sees right through me. I spend most of my time here, Rosemarine. You know where to find me. Ah, thank you, Miss Lebunchen. Oh, Lebunchen is fine. Don't let Elise work you too hard, you hear? Very funny, Leb. It's very funny indeed. You religious prude. Now words, that's religion. Whoever writes in the center of Kieferberg would make my life so much easier. On second thought, I'd be Miss all of these names, but oh, that's right, I got to, she wanted the, Rosemary. Ah, she's no longer there. Ah, it's you, the cookie lass. You know, Grun, that's not something you'd usually... You're ugly, Elise, you're ugly. Why, you... Is this your cat, Grun? She's Miss Linda, so his name is Lila. Oh, that's such a sweet name. Say, Cookie Lass. It's Rosemarine, Grun. Why's there a scarecrow on your shawl, Rosemarine? Oh, this? My granny made it for me when I was just about your age. I keep it with me always because she isn't with me anymore, you see? Oh, I'm sorry. That's quite alright, Groom. Since when are you so good with children, Rosemarine? You're an ugly old crone, Elise. You should learn from your cousin. You little. Groom. Maybe then your big nose will shrink and become nice and tiny like mine. Now, Groom, Elise's nose isn't that pointy. That's it. We are leaving. Rosemarine. You're welcome to come play with me whenever you like. Oh, you're too kind, Groom. Goodbye. That was a rather interesting exchange of words between a couple of witches on the prowl for fame and glory and maids, all the maids they could ever want. Maids would be nice. Okay, so play Kiss the Rat with the kids? Okay, that sounds kind of funny. What were those kids at? I just saw them, I think. Oh, how dreadful. You're making a bigger deal out of this than you ought to, Ardidly. What now? Ardidly here has caught wind of your cousin, Elise. Heard you're from Primeldorf, lass. Ah, yes, from a nearby village, in truth. And she's the granddaughter of Granny Holly's auntie, Miss Ardidly. You've heard of her, I'm certain. I suppose. Holly did spend quite some time in Primeldorf from what I recall. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I must say, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how you two met, Elise. You met by chance. Ah, but that's quite different from what Rosemarine's granny told me about her long ago, you see. Yes, I came here in hopes of finding my relatives. We bumped into each other by the crossroads last Saturday. She asked me if I knew someone named Holly. Now, that's a story worth telling, lass. Ah, I see. Did you hear that, old Audley? There's nothing to fret. All right, well, welcome to Kieferberg, I suppose. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I stacked them so neatly for Mr. Eugene, and look at them now. In the corner, various bundles of hay have been raked together in a disorganized pile. Oh, for goodness sake. Alright. So, I want to see with the chickens or play Catch the Rats. I want to see what this Kiss the Rats, Kiss the Rat stuff. So you weren't lying, Melly. I told you. I know what I saw. What did you tell these two, Melissa? Maybe it's best we don't annoy her, Elise. You shush it, Rosemarine. Oh, won't you and your cousin play Kiss the Rat with us, Elise? Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can, I want to see if I can do the chicken thing without skipping time period. Because I would prefer to do both, but I don't know if I can. Oh, there they are. Your cousin, is it? It's a pleasure to meet you. She came all the way from Primmeldorf. Primmeldorf, that's a long way from here. Goody. I was thinking, okay, this one will skip it too. Alright, we're gonna... Well, Journey seemed like she wanted to, so why not? Oh, Elise. I'll go call Groom. Gross, I don't want this stinky rat anywhere near me. Okay, blue pass, yellow pass. Blue pass. Yellow pass. Blue pass. Damn. Damn, like we can't even hit it once. One. Jesus. Wow. Oh, it's actually kind of entertaining once you get the hang of it. Try that again. Oh wow, won't let me try again? Oh, shush it, Applefeld. I still want you to have this at least. You didn't have to, Jacob. We lost after all. You shush it, Rosemary. It's best you head on home now, Rosemary. Folks have had enough of you for one day. Oh, it was so much fun, Elise. You say so. I'll see you at home then. There she is. Spend some time with her. This does not take too long, Rosemary. I have work to do. And I can't be away for too long after the whole ordeal. I promise it'll be quick at least. Come now, let me show you the attic. Oh wow, she tricked it out. You've settled in, huh?
Yes.
Of course, this is my new home after all. Getting a bit ahead of herself here, isn't she? Sleeping under a roof took some getting used to. I've been sleeping under the stars since I was little, you see.
I see.
You did say a traveler.
Yes.
Yes, I used to travel about with my granny while she was still in good health. Where is she now, Rosemary? Come now, sit. Show me your hand, Elise.
For goodness sake.
Rosemary, wait. I see. You can't possibly be reading my palm. Stay put, Elise. I'm trying to make sense of it. I don't believe in any of this nonsense, Rosemary. As I thought, your lines are very telling of who you are. Who am I then? Obstinate, ambitious. There's a certain intuition within you that's yet to be awakened. What's that supposed to mean? Both your fortune and your fate are very distinct, too. You're destined for something great, aren't you, Elise? Destined for something great, you say? You're also stubborn, very set in your ways and your ambitions. Look, Rose and Marine, I don't know what you're wittering on about, but really don't believe in any of this nonsense, alright? Ah, before you go, Elise, I have something for you. You're truly...
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to have this.
What is this?
What in the Lord's name is this thing? I told you before how I've seen you in my dreams, and I made this bracelet just for you, knowing I'd find you.
Rose and Marine.
Rose and Marine,
Please.
you're my soulmate, Elise. I finally realized. We hardly know each other, Rose and Marine. I've known you for a long time, in truth. This thing about what you said yesterday, it would mean a great deal to me if you kept it, Elise.
For goodness sake.
I will. You did make it for me, after all. Even so, Rose and Marine, I know you don't believe any of this, Elise, but I think you will. In time. I find myself believing it already somehow. Besides, you being my soulmate doesn't mean I am yours, anyhow. Huh? Things are just starting to change for you, Elise. In more ways than one. I'm certain you've noticed. I suppose. It's true, first Rose and Marine turned up, then I found these shoes, and... it was that old hag I met this morning, too. Even that strange dream I had, I wonder if that's also... Say, Elise... Huh. Won't you join me for a stroll tomorrow morning? At the crossroads, there's something I'd like to show you. Alright, alright. Come now. I have to head back before the townsfolk lose their wits. Nightfall. Indeed. It is time. I am. Okay. Alright. Meet Rose and Marine at the crossroads. Let's see what this is all about. Ah, there you are, Elise. It's quite late, isn't it?
For goodness sake.
Spare me the earful, Rose and Marine. It's there to sweep out here after nightfall anyhow. Oh,
Sorry.
I was keeping myself busy until you came home, is all. The flock here was amusing himself chasing after the broom.
Fuck.
Aren't you, Flock?
Oh.
What's for supper, then?
Yes.
Oh, I made grape soup. Grape soup. Soup? I figured we could both use something hearty. We have eggs. What about the eggs? I cooked those too. I thought we could toast some of yesterday's bread to have with them. Oh, thank goodness.
Sorry.
Did I do something wrong? Eggy toast ought to be enough for today, I suppose. Let's head inside, Rosemary. What? It's nothing. Elise, wait. It's tastier than it looks, isn't it? Could have been worse, that's for certain. Anything tastes good when you're hungry, I find. I suppose today went well, all things considered. I'd best keep an eye on her, lest those folks,
Sorry,
say Elise, I've been meaning to ask. I've been meaning to ask you something. Those shoes you found this morning.
Now that you mention it,
What about them? You still haven't told me much about them. I've seen them before in my dreams a long time ago. In your dreams?
Sorry,
Elise, is there something you're not telling me? I don't know where to start, Rose and Marine. I've been avoiding thinking about it, but this morning in Kieferberg,
Elise.
our fates, Elise, they're finally starting to align. Huh? Oh, never mind.
Rose and Marine.
I saw an old hag, Rose and Marine. She told me about this patron saint in the woods, that he grants folks wishes if they bring him gifts. So it's true after all. You've heard about all this before. Carry on, carry on. She said I must bring him 3 gifts. The tender flesh, sweetest nectar, and good company. Oh, Elise, that's wonderful. What else did she say? Did she mention your fate?
Goodness sake!
For goodness sake, Rose and Marine, you're scaring me with all this nonsense. Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of, Elise.
No.
How do you know about all this? It's an old folk tale my granny used to tell me. A folk tale? Carry on now. What else did she say? She mentioned finding a dwelling in the woods. That he will grant my wish if I bring him the 3 gifts made from these testaments. You told her your wish, didn't you? I did, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's... Don't tell me. You can't tell other folks about your wish, Elise.
Out with it!
Rosemary, you have to tell me what's going on.
Oh, that's...
All I know is what my granny told me, but I can't tell you all about it, Elise. I can help you.
Rose and Marine.
Rosemary and I need to think about this. I'll be here tidying up. You can ask me anything you like. Alright. Yes, and with that, I think we will end this evening with little Goody Two Shoes as the story continues to unravel itself in the most mysterious fashion. It's been a pleasure, my dear sweet peons. I am Dr. Natsmia. Thank you for joining me this evening to watch this matrimony of terror and carnage that is known as Little Goody Two Shoes. It has been quite the pleasure. Now please, like, share, and subscribe.